Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got a question about some tools for minimizing coding efforts. I think this is kind of a unique question here. And this question is from Roger, and he says, I haven't gone through all your videos and your blog posts yet, so I'm not sure if you've covered this already, but if you haven't, I would like you to make a video suggesting tools that we, programmers, could use to minimize our coding efforts. For instance, WordPress for web developers. I find a lot of young graduates, including myself, lacking knowledge in this area. The main reason being is that it never gets taught in college. If you could share your insight on this topic, it would be a great help to all such people, especially those having entrepreneurial goals like yours. Thanks, Roger. So there's a couple of aspects to this, I think. The fact that Roger mentioned WordPress for web developers is kind of interesting. So the first aspect of this is, as a programmer who is trying to be an entrepreneur, one of the things that you might be tempted to do a lot is to write code for everything, right? To develop your own stuff. I've got a blogging course you can check out here called How to Create a Blog to Boost Your Career. It's a totally free course, by the way, and it tells you about how to create a blog. And one of the things I talk about in there is specifically that as a developer, you're going to be tempted to write your own blog, or to use some highly technical blogging platform where you can program part of it and customize it and all this stuff. And you're probably going to be, a lot of you will be turned away from PHP. And so you might not be interested in using WordPress. But I say use WordPress because even if your career is programming, if you're a good programmer, when you're writing a blog, you can add a lot more value, right? You're wasting time if you're using your coding skills to develop a WordPress application or to develop a blog or a site when you're trying to launch an entrepreneurial business like a SaaS app, a software as a service app. Use your coding skills on that thing, on the product you're creating, on the consulting that you're doing, on whatever you're trying to do, not on the blog itself. You let someone else write that code and use that code. WordPress is a great platform for that. So that's a good example. There's a bunch of these tools, right? So what you need to do is you need to look for how non-technical people solve these problems, honestly. So, for example, I sell products online, right? You can check out the list of all the products that I sell here, where you can see my products page. I've got a course on how to market yourself as a software developer, on 10 steps to learn anything quickly, a real estate course for software developers, all this stuff. And I sell them through a shopping cart software, right? I could implement on my site, I could write the code to do a PayPal checkout or to integrate with Stripe and to process credit card payments, but I didn't. Instead, I paid $25 a month or whatever it is, and I signed up with DPD, and now I'm using Zaxa, and I looked at Shopify, right? These are all solutions that a non-technical person would use, but a programmer might say, oh, well, Stripe exposes an API, and so does PayPal, so I'll just write up the code to do that. Yeah, great, you can do that, that's fine, but what if you have bugs in it, all the time you're gonna waste doing that? That's not the primary thing you're trying to do. I'm not trying to, if I was selling a shopping cart app, then I would write the code for it. But if I'm selling something else and I need a shopping cart app, I don't write it. It's like, this is how crazy it is, right? You don't knit your own clothes, right? You know what I mean? You don't say, well, gosh, I need some new shoes, I guess I better go make them. No, you go to the store and you buy them. Right? You don't develop those skills. Even if you were a shoemaker, you wouldn't necessarily go and make your shoes every time. You might go and buy shoes or buy the rest of your clothes, right? So as a programmer, don't make everything that you need, right? Instead, look for what non-technical people are utilizing that's going to save you time. And so, definitely as an entrepreneur, go and look and see what the tools are. You can find lists of tools for marketing. If you're looking at something for marketing specifically for your blog, I've got a WordPress theme that I use that allows you to add email subscribers and build your list. You can check out Thrive Themes here. This is an affiliate link. Most of my links are. So if you sign up, obviously I'll get paid something. But it's really good. A lot of people use it. I use it exclusively. If you're looking for tools for an email list, again, don't write your own email software. The one that I'm using now is called Drip, and you can check that out here. I highly recommend that one. I'm trying to think what else that I've got here for tools for entrepreneurial type of stuff. But in general, look for what non-technical people are doing, look what other entrepreneurs are using, and try to use tools as much as possible. Only write code for your business if you absolutely have to. In fact, it's even a good idea to hire someone else at a cheaper rate, right? Like if I were going to make a WordPress plugin, I wouldn't figure out how to do that myself, even though I could do it, but I would hire someone on Upwork to do that and have them do it for me because it's going to be cheaper and I won't get sucked into the weeds. I'll be working on my core business. Now, as a developer, putting aside the entrepreneurial side, the same applies, right? Again, don't have the not invented here syndrome. Don't reinvent the wheel. Look for tools, look for frameworks, search on Stack Overflow, search on the web. Try to find every excuse you can to not write code, because the code you write is going to have bugs in it and it's going to distract you from the main thing you're trying to do. The most powerful programmer, the most effective programmer is like the most effective business person in the same way, is that they delegate, right? They don't invent everything themselves. As a one person, you can only be so effective if you're just working by yourself. But the real powerful application of a business person is that they understand how to get other people working for them and how to delegate. It's the same thing as you as a programmer. You can only be so powerful as a programmer and be so valuable by writing code yourself. If you can utilize tools and utilize other programmers and the code that they've written, and then combine that to build something, and only you write the code to glue the pieces together if you have to, that's going to be really useful. I'll tell you one other thing, or two other pieces that can help you to connect systems together so you don't have to write all this code. There's a program called Zapier, which I use a lot. Whatever. Anyway, just go to the site and you can set up all kinds of rules and stuff. It lets you integrate things. There's a few different products like that. So search. Try to find what other people are using. Ask people that are running successful businesses, doing what you want to do, what tools that they use, and just resist the urge to write code. Write code is a last resort. And if you can hire someone else to do it, even better, especially if you're going to be an entrepreneur. Anyway, that's my advice for you on the situation. If you liked this video, I have something that can help you, so you don't have to make your own YouTube videos. You can just subscribe to mine. But if you like the video, click the subscribe button, and I put out 2 to 3 new videos a day on all kinds of topics. If you're interested in entrepreneurship, developer, career advancement, self-development, fitness, all that stuff, you can find it on this channel, specifically targeted for software developers like you. And anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.